Welcome to Passages from the Heart. In today's episode, I begin loading supplies aboard Charm to prepare for splashing. I also give you a thorough tour of Charm both on the inside and on the outside. Well, I just wanted to sort through some of the things that I'm going to put on board Charm. I got some new sail ties. I got a new cotter ring kit from West Marine. When Sunny went to North Carolina, I had quite a bit of the bungees were securing the spars on the boat and other things. So I got a new 26-piece set. I have to replace the roller on my trailer because the other one is kind of gunked up. I can't do that though till the boat is off the trailer. I ordered a new bilge pump from Com-Pac. Some of this super seal tape, which I'm going to use also as rigging tape. So today is a great day out and I'm going to try to install the name of the boat on the transom. So I ordered from this company called boatletteringtoyou.com. I've got these instructions here. There are two methods that you can do to apply the decals. And this is my decal here. And you have to use this squeegee. The wet method is probably the better for what I'll be doing. To prepare the decal for placing on Charm's transom, you first need to use this squeegee to sort of press on the vinyl graphic or the decal to the facing that you use to place the actual decal on the transom of the boat. It helps to get rid of any air bubbles or any wrinkles that might have gotten into the vinyl during transport or shipping. So this stripe here above the boot stripe is this metallic color, and as you can see the cove stripe is supposed to be that same color, but it is worn out quite a bit actually, comparatively speaking to the luster of that stripe. But the name is going to be in this same color, so I think that'll look pretty cool. And because I've got a lot going on my transom with the outboard and then the external rudder and then the swim ladder, I'm going to put the name back behind here. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's what I'm aiming for. So I got my painter's tape, my tape measure, pencil, and my soapy water. To prep the boat, I'm going to go ahead and just give a quick wash on the transom, and that should make everything so the adhesive can apply nice and firmly. I just removed the backing, and the instructions say that you want to spray this with the soapy mixture as well as the surface to which you're applying, and give it a good soaking. Give this a good soaking with the soapy mixture. And I won't be able to hold the camera while I do this, so you'll have to wait to see what it looks like when I'm done. So you can sort of see what it looks like. It's just sticking on there right now. And so now I have to use the squeegee and squeegee everything on and then let it dry for 1 to 2 hours before I remove the tape up here. The idea is to press the water out, and you can see how it's coming out below there. So I just want to keep doing that, and you got to do it more than just one way. So I do have a little bit of a wrinkle here, but I'm not going to worry about it. We'll see what it looks like. So while we wait for the name to dry, who's up for a boat tour? Let's grab the ladder first. That looks good, or about right there. I just need to grab my painter's tape because I'm going to need to get rid of all that paper towels that you see stuffed into the companionway area and replace it with the painter's tape instead. It'll be just a little easier to work with this than paper towels. I'm on board. And let's take a look up top here first before we head inside into the cabin. Here's all the paper towels I was talking about that I've stuffed in there. The reason why I do that, I think some of you that have watched my other videos may know that I do that because we have a lot of mud daubers around here, and they fly in, get in through up into here, anywhere they can, and start making all sorts of nests. So, tiller, as you can see, I have a brand new roller furler that was installed by the sailboat company. I don't know if you can see, but at the here's where the sail will fit into here. The boom is inside. We'll go up top in just a second on the deck, but just want to show you. So this is another big difference from Nomos to this particular boat. Charm does not have teak on top of the coaming, which I'm so glad for, because all of the teak that Nomos had on this coaming took forever in a handbasket trying to get it taken care of. However, you can see the difference is that I have teak hatchboards now, whereas with Nomos, I did not have that. So it was a Lexan material. Right, so heading up top. So you can see, I mean, it is obviously a deck step mast. There's a bolt here. Here's where I'll plug in my electric for my mast light. There is no anchor locker on this boat. Here is, I believe I could put a solar vent there. Here is my fill for my water tank here. And this hose pipe or hose hole where the chain goes, this is another area that I stuffed with paper towel to keep wasps and insects out. But as you can see, there are ants trying to make their way in there. Moving aft again, I have a track on each side for my jib sheets. You might have noticed that I have these installed on the stanchions on the port side, and I have another one that is down on that stanchion there. And that's where the furling head sail line will run through. Working my way back to the cockpit. Just love this cockpit. It's so nice and big. It's just great. Look at how much room there is. You can sit probably 8 people in here if you want. This is the type of winch that I have. Of course, the same would be on the starboard side as well. Here's where your bilge handle will go. This is where your main sheet will go. The rudder will be lifted up and down using this handle. And speaking of the rudder, it is a foiled rudder. And backstay will attach here. And moving my way back towards the cabin, let's take a look down below. Here we are in the cockpit. And looking down below, the companionway steps or stairs up to the bow of the boat. Looking or panning to port. Over on the starboard side, my boom and a whisker pole right over here, and the boom here. Moving up into the VBirth, we've got vinyl cushions below storage, just like Nomos had. You've got the trim on both sides, portholes in the VBirth as well, open and close. I'm not going to open and close them now. I have new screens that I got when I bought the boat. And then up, way up, there you can see, and here is where I'll be able to access my road. This is the filler cushion that goes right where my feet are, right in here. The head goes right there. On this side, you got more storage there. Charm has a great forward hatch that lets lots of light in. I'm super pumped to have this feature on the boat. Let's take a look, looking aft from the VBirth. So I'm sitting up as close as I can to the front of the cabin trunk. Looking here on the starboard side of the boat, I've got a light here. You can see a cutout so you can get some natural light in. The overhead, this is not painted. It is a material that will be super easy to clean and just wipe it off with some 409 or Clorox wipes or soap and water, whatever. We'll come out of the VBirth now. You got your storage here. Got storage on the opposite side here on the port side of the boat. Shelves. This is some of my cleaning supplies I've already stocked. So yeah, so these lockers just open like that. Some shelves pretty far back down into the bilge of the boat. And they just lift back up. Flip the lever back down. So I got another one of those there. This goes pretty far back. This tray slides out. You could install a little cooktop here and then slide it back out of the way. Storage here underneath the settee. I'm going to assume that's the same over here on the starboard side, but I'm not going to take all that off right now. Here we have storage underneath. This does pull out, which is really nice. There we go.
Charm does not come with an automatic bilge pump. On her electrical panel, you can see there is not a spot for it. However, I would assume that I would be able to add that at a later time if I wanted to do so.
Coming over to the starboard side, this one, there is a little tab too. Looks like I just kind of cleaned this up a little bit with some wood oil or something. But yeah, again, here's the shelving. It goes up that way. I don't know if you can see very well. Down in the bilge. Let's put this back up and slide the tab back down. Here we have, on the starboard side, you have your slide out galley. Well, can't get it out. Oh, there we go. This actually drains into the bilge of the boat. Here I am standing my head out of the companionway area, looking forward again. Down at my feet. Okay, it's time for the drum roll and time to take the decal or adhesive off and unveil Charm's beautiful new name on her transom. As I was worried there would be a crease there, but I'm not going to stress out about that. Step back. Sweet. Well, it was driving me crazy with that crease in the M in the name Charm. So I stripped it off and I redid it with the second decal set that I had. Now it's setting. I've got to wait 2 hours for it to dry. When that happens, it's going to be dark. So I'll have to just use a light to kind of see what I have.
I was pretty anxious to see what I had once I pulled the tape off to reveal the name. It turns out that things weren't as perfect as I was hoping for. There were still a few little imperfections. However, I just decided it's best to leave it as it is. I can always redo it next year if I want to, but in the meantime, I still think it looks pretty cool. All the sands of time.